This is such a crazy setup. Can't believe we're out here in this thing. This is it. This is my ride for the next few days. Ain't she pretty? So I haven't posted in a few days, and I'm sure some of you guys are probably wondering why I haven't. And the answer is right there. This is a 1979 Porsche 924 Safari that we have been working on non-stop for the last 3 weeks to get it ready for its maiden voyage road trip that we're leaving on today. So me and the guys over here at Chop Shop, my other YouTube channel that I'm working on with my buddy Kyle, who is in the office right now. Hey Kyle.
What's up, guys?
We've been working on building that car out, and we finally have gotten it to a place where hopefully it can make a little road trip. This is gonna be our first test run of it, but we'll see if it makes it, because this thing has been nothing but problems since we got it here. So the engine that is currently in here is not the engine that we bought the car with, because we had to replace it. Because we blew the head gasket in it because it overheated, because these fans were not working. So the radiator fans were not blowing, coolant was blowing over, blew the head gasket, warped the head, had to get a whole new engine, put that in there. So this is all, I mean, I say new, but it's rebuilt new. So not really new, but new enough. And then after we did all that, we found out the fans still weren't working because of an electrical issue. So what we did for a little quick fix so that we could leave today is we just hooked the fans up. So none of these lights are actually working right now because we had to switch out the wiring for the lights, and we just hardwired the fans into a switch in here. So when I start driving, I just turn this switch on and the fans kick on manually instead of automatically like they should. There's also a couple other issues where the car will just not turn on if it's hot. So I'm hoping I don't stall it out in traffic or somewhere where that would be inconvenient. Also, another fun fact, this car is stick shift, and I have never driven a stick shift on an open road.
Still on though. It's still on.
So that should be fun. Beautiful. Quick tour. Starting with the back area here, we've got our swivel table. So this swivels out. My cooktop, my 2-burner cooktop that pulls out. So that pulls out like that on some actuators. This is my whole like cooking station area. And then this is that big drawer that pulls out. This is what I'm gonna call my pantry. So I'm gonna put food and other things in there. I've got my pots and pans stored down here below the stove, my plates, and then my water tank for my sink is also here, which I'll show you the faucet and how that works later once we get to camp. And some of the other cool little features that we have back here. I'll show you guys those later tonight when we get to where we're going. But that's pretty much it for the back area. We've got some storage down here. I've got my Starlink, some other camping supplies, a little bit more storage on this side. So moving around this side, we've got our rooftop tent. This is a fold-out roof tent. Then the interior is pretty much all just made out of wood. This is all custom made. We got the seats reupholstered, some cup holders, homemade floor mats, and that is pretty much it. There's not a lot going on in here, if I'm gonna be honest, but it does look way better than it used to look, so that's all that really matters. And I think I'm eventually going to change out these tires because they're a little bit too big, a little bit too knobby. They're honestly kind of like side-by-side tires. I'm not really sure, but they're way too big for this car. It makes it slower, the braking is horrendous, and they grind when you turn too hard. We'll have to get these switched out, I think, definitely, sooner than later. But I think that's pretty much it. She's all packed up, ready to go. Let's hit the road. 3 hours till we get there. All right, we are about halfway through the drive. We've got about an hour and a half left. She is driving absolutely beautifully. The only thing is, when I'm going up a hill, my top speed is about 40 miles an hour. spectacular. We're about 10 minutes from where we're going to be camping tonight. It's a little bit loud in the car. The car has been driving absolutely beautifully. No stalls. We're pulling up on this spot over here that we're going to be camping at tonight. That is a dry lake bed just outside of Joshua Tree. So hopefully the road's not too bad pulling in there because I don't have as much clearance as I'm used to with my van. But we'll see. Look how nice the sky looks out right now. Absolutely beautiful. I cannot believe how well she did driving here. Didn't give me any trouble whatsoever other than not really taking hills too well, but other than that, I mean, I cannot be upset with how this thing performed with just putting the engine in it yesterday. When I mean the entire engine was out 2 days ago, the entire engine block was out. Very excited. But an absolutely beautiful sunset to get to. I wish we got here a little bit earlier, so we'd have a little bit more light, but I think before we lose our light, I'm gonna get the tent open and set up, and then me and Kyle are making some dinner. We got hot dogs. Also, before I do any of that, I do wanna give a quick shout out to Malcolm, who came over and worked for 18 hours to help us get this engine built up so that we could take it out here. So go subscribe to his YouTube channel. He makes a bunch of videos like showing you how to work on your car and take engines apart and rebuild them and whatever. So go subscribe to his.
He didn't eat. He didn't look at his phone. He didn't drink water. He put the engine in 1 day.
I'll leave his stuff in the description below, but this tent, I will say in terms of ease of usage with other rooftop tents I've had, this one is, it couldn't be easier to take up or put down. All you gotta do is take out 4 latches and then flip it over and it's open. And that's it. She set up, other than the ladder, we put the ladder down. I don't know why this is unzipped, but... There she is, all set up. The ultimate off-road Porsche camper. I will say I'm giving up a lot of luxuries that I'm used to with living in a van, like 4 solid walls and being able to stand inside to sleep in this canvas tent, but should be fun. Got some lights up here. Kind of dim, honestly, but they work. And then once it gets a little bit darker, I'll turn on the lights in the back and show you what, this is Kyle's baby. The lights he put back here because they're kind of cool. That's them right there. They look really sick. I will be honest, I'm not too sure how the stove is going to do in the wind. Also, basically the plan with this trip is to take this thing as far as I can before it explodes. Just kind of have fun traveling. These lagoon tables are really hard to set up in tight spaces. I think I might build a leg for this eventually to give it a little bit more support on this backside, but for now it's fine. Look at that. It's a little chilly out too. It's getting a little cold out. All right, give you guys the full effect back here. Ka-chow. Look how bright that is. Honestly, a little too bright. I want to get dimmers for that. How sick is that though? And for anyone curious, it is a propane stove, and I do have a propane tank in the car. Ow. Okay.
Sexy.
And there's a propane tank. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there in the back seat. Right there. Yeah.
Is the tank twisted?
No, it should be good. I don't know why. Oh, there it goes. Hold it up for a second. There it goes.
There it is.
It's just too windy out here. Look at that. All right. It's time for some hot dogs because I'm hungry. Night, Kyle.
What?
Say goodnight.
Good night. You got that good shot, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Nice shot of your butt. Also, I don't know if I've showed you guys Kyle's van before, but he's got a pretty. Oh, it's really bright.
But I've done a lot more to it. So
Yeah, it's got some pretty sick lights up there.
and stuff.
Kind of similar color scheme to mine.
Yep.
Lights are way cooler though.
I kind of copied off of you a little bit with the lights, a little indirect lighting.
Yeah, looks sick though. All right, I'll see you in the morning. Yeah, we just hung out next to the Porsche and looked at the stars for a little while. Blanket. I also got this heated blanket, which I'm not going to be testing out tonight, but I'll take this out tomorrow and see how much of my battery the power system uses to use this 12-volt heated blanket in my bathroom. But this is it. This is the base for the night. Mattress is actually kind of comfy. It's very firm because it's just a really rigid piece of like foam. But not bad. I also think I'm at a slight angle, which is mildly annoying, but it's got a bunch of windows in it too. I think these are 2 side windows that I can put out tomorrow. And then one of these is like a plexi, like not glass, but plastic. Yeah. It's like I can have the window open, but still, you can't really tell, but you can see through this. It's got a nice skylight too. Go on a stargaze at night. I don't know how clear this thing really is, but I guess theoretically I could stargaze out of that. All closed in. I will see you guys in the morning. Beautiful morning out. Slept pretty good last night, I'm not gonna lie. Other than this mattress kind of being like sleeping on a slightly cushiony floor. Wasn't bad. It did get a little cold last night, so I put on my soak bag, which is like my walkable sleeping bag thing. Also, why are all camp blankets made out of this neoprene, like nylon, I don't know, stuff that's super loud, so it sounds like this all night while you're moving around. It's got to be, I guess, for the thermal qualities or something. I forgot to buy, I need to get some sweatpants. I forgot to bring like some stuff, like something to sleep in. But yeah, slept pretty good. Did you hear those dogs last night? No. You didn't hear dogs barking? No. All night long. There was like 7 dogs. It was like a group over there had a dog, and then a group over there had a dog, and it was like bark to each other all night long. And then someone started howling. I thought it was a person because I was watching a TV show. Yeah. And then I turned it off, and it was just, I think it was a dog.
Well, this is
or a coyote.
Lake,
yeah.
So.
Also, something I haven't tested out yet is the water system in this thing. It's not very advanced. Yeah, USB powered water pump hooked into a jug. So normally the water would go into that tank down there, but I don't feel like.
Grab coffee?
Sure, if you want to. It's up to you though. Kyle's heading out to run into town to grab some coffee. And I have been tasked with making up some breakfast, so that's what I'm gonna do after I test this water system. It works. I can't forget that I'm not in my van and there is no way to charge my power station from driving or from the sun. Oh, whoa, there's a dead lizard in there. Poor guy was flattened like a pancake in between the panels of my solar panel. But my battery that I have back there doesn't charge from solar attached to the car or a DC to DC charger, which would charge from the car's alternator. So I've got to remember to set up these solar panels every day so that I can keep all of my stuff charged. There we go. She's charging. We're getting 144 watts in. Should be more than enough to recharge it probably within the next few hours. This is such a crazy setup. Can't believe we're out here in this thing. Oh, but man, I'm pretty hungry. Okay. I will say I was worried about the amount of counter space that I was gonna have, but this is honestly way more than enough to have all this stuff everywhere, doing all this stuff. It's really honestly almost maybe more than I have in my van. Maybe a little bit less, but not bad at all. All right, breakfast is served. I'm gonna put yours in your seat.
Thank you.
You got a fork in your van?
Yeah, you need one?
No, I got one. My handy dandy utensil pouch.
That's pretty sick.
I know. It's got chopsticks too. I didn't expect that. Yeah, also, I don't know if I've said it yet. The other channel that me and Kyle are working on, Chop Shop, they put out a video building this entire car. So if you're interested in seeing how this whole thing came together, yeah, this thing is definitely more like a weekender type trip person thing. Like I definitely wouldn't want to be living in this full time, but for like a week-long trip or like going out on the weekends, I think it'd be more than good enough.
I'm tired of the cold.
Yeah, maybe I'll put this tent down and we can go see if we can have some fun with the car today too. Because there's not much else to do on a dry lake bed. Let's see how much stuff I can pack up in here. Coolant and oil both look good.
Levels?
Yeah.
No.
Pretty fun to be able to take your house and do that. At least temporary house. Also, while we were out having fun with this, our friend JP pulled up. This is JP.
What up?
This is his rig, and what is it? It's a
1995 Dodge Sportsmobile.
yeah. So it's like a
All original.
it almost looks like an old Winnebago, but he was out here. He does like freelance photography and stuff. So he came out and he was shooting some shots of the thing while we were driving it around. So if you see some of those shots, most of the good ones are his. Both of these cars are older than all of us.
Yep.
Except for Kyle's.
46.
Yeah, that one's 46 years old. That's almost double my age.
It's not older than me.
How
I'm
old are
born
you?
in '89.
Oh, okay.
I'm old as shit.
What year is this?
This is 95.
Oh, 95. Okay. All right, I'm probably gonna head up to the grocery store.
All right.
I'll be back in like maybe like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Easy to set up, easy to take down.
Okay, you have a blessed day. Be safe.
Yeah, have a good one. Thank you. So I think tonight for dinner I'm doing some Philly cheesesteak roll-ups or something because they sounded good. My girlfriend suggested them, so we're gonna make those. Thank you very much.
No problem.
You as well. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love those lights. It's so sick. I wish I could like wink at people so I could like put one down. But so since we decided to stay here another night, I'm gonna get the tent set up real quick, get camp ready again, and then probably get started cooking here in about an hour and a half because I'm getting pretty hungry. Actually, there's a decent amount of space in here for foods and stuff. Oh, and fun fact about the tent is this is a German car and also a German-made tent. Pretty serendipitous. This is what I think they called panorama mode. So like if we ever pull up somewhere that has a crazy view, I can take down everything. I can take down all those panels up front and get a 180-degree view of whatever we're looking at. This is nice. Kyle and JP both went into town to take care of some business. While they're in there, I'm going to take some time to get the stuff prepped for these Philly cheesesteak bites. I think I can make it work on a stove. And then when Kyle gets back and I start cooking, I'm going to have him park here to block the wind. Another thing that I've been thinking about that would be nice to have back here would be some sort of awning. So if it's ever raining, I can still come outside and cook. But maybe I'll just try to avoid rain or eat out if it's raining. Everything is prepped up, ready to go. I hope this works out. I don't know if it will. These look kind of small, so I hope I can fit enough stuff in here to make them pockets. But we got Kyle playing blocker on the wind, which is very nice because there's no wind. I can't feel it anymore. Oh, there we go. All of that is done. Now we just got to assemble them. So basically to each one of these little pieces of biscuit, we're gonna add some cheese, some beef, and then the onions and bell peppers, and hopefully we can close them up and get them good. But
Yeah, just chilling cabin. Not a bad view. No, it's really nice. We can go up there anytime we want.
They gave her a week crash course on how to teach and instruct people.
yeah, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I really regret making this decision.
Just get some tortillas out, dude.
It's just so
You don't need to do it for us. You don't need
tedious.
to commit to the bid.
Well, I committed to it because I want them,
Okay.
but I'm gonna make 6, so we each have 2, and
And
then
the
we're gonna do
taco.
tortillas.
Yep.
They're done. I've decided I'm just gonna make 6. They're not very pretty, honestly, but the rest of this we're just gonna make Philly cheesesteak tacos because I'm done making these. Look at the sunset real quick. Look at that. Spectacular sunset. It's always better when there's just a light misting of clouds in the sunset. All right, let's get a shot of the car in the sunset. Boom. Look at that. Beautiful.
Just getting the propane tank. Oh, stoked.
I don't know. They're like
It
big.
looks just like a double pierogi.
Yeah, it does. Spectacular sunset for Philly cheese bites. So we're sitting over by the fire and we hear like this gotta be like 10 coyotes off in the distance howling. Alright. So everyone went to bed a little earlier, but I stayed out here because Alan, I don't know if you can see his van over there, drove out here tonight. So I stayed up to greet him, but I gotta get to bed because it is late. And it is colder out tonight than it was last night. All right, I did realize something about the tent that makes it a little upgrade. The light has a remote, so I can turn it on before I even get in the tent and also change it to red or warm. But that's pretty sick, so I am gonna test out that heated blanket tonight, so I'm gonna grab my power station and bring it up there, see how much it draws and if it's even feasible to use that all night. It's actually so spacious in here too. Like I can almost stand fully on my knees. Heated blanket. I feel like this is gonna draw way too much power to keep this on all night though. But maybe I can use it to just warm me up before I go to bed. Currently drawing 49 watts. And the battery bank is at 79%, which leaves me with 18.5 hours of usage of this blanket. So that's actually not too bad. I can use it for like 2 nights. I will say this is pretty cozy and it feels a little bit more luxurious now that I've got a heated blanket and a remote control for my light, which I don't even have at my house. Oh, that's harsh. And I can also dim it. It's definitely getting, the blanket's definitely getting slightly warm. It is nice to know though that I could use this heated blanket for an entire night if I wanted to. And not have to worry about like completely draining my battery. I think I'm gonna hit the hay. Got a long day tomorrow. We're probably gonna get out of here early. So as always, I truly appreciate you guys watching. This whole build process and taking this thing out has been so much fun. And driving it is so much fun. Camping in it is so much fun. And I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. So with that being said, I hope you guys are having an awesome 2025. And I will see you guys next time.